Dear friends, good morning again on Monday the 20th of April after my week's holiday, which I've enjoyed very much, particularly a break from all the Zoom meetings. Nicola and I have been occupying ourselves in various ways. We've been doing the garden, we've been going for long cycle rides, cleaning the house, sharing the cooking, watching films of various quality, playing games and reading books. I've taken Stephen Fry's advice and I've been reading Agatha Christie and P.G. Wodehouse. But I've also been reading a new book by Tim Keller called On Death. You can get this, I got my copy from the Good Book Company. It's published by Hodder and Stoughton, and I would highly recommend it. You maybe think that that's rather a morbid subject to be thinking about, especially given the number of people who are still dying every day from COVID-19 infection. But actually a time like this, I have found, has been a really good time to face death squarely in the face and to think about what the Bible says about it. And of course, Easter, when we're celebrating Jesus' victory over death, is a great moment to do this. So this week, I'm going to share some thoughts on death prompted by Tim Keller's book. Personally, I have been confronted very starkly by the reality of death over the last 10 years. I've lost my father, my brother, and my mother. I've spoken at each of their funerals and I've stood at their gravesides. And many of you will have experienced the death of loved ones and may still be grieving for them. Every evening, the news records the daily toll of people who have succumbed to coronavirus. And we hear the heartrending accounts of loved ones who have died without their families at their sides because they've been prevented from being there because of the infection. Now, very few of us have experienced death on this scale in our lifetime, and one of the reasons for that is the phenomenal success and blessing of modern medicine that's conquered plagues such as cholera and typhoid and smallpox, and the many strains of flu for which we have vaccines. But this wasn't the case in previous generations. In my previous church in Burford, there is a memorial to Edmund Harmon. He was Henry VIII's barber surgeon. The monument shows his 9 sons and 7 daughters, of whom only 2 girls survived him. Burying 14 of your children is completely unimaginable to us, but this was a common experience in the 16th century. Today, many of us reach adulthood without having seen anyone die, let alone a dead body. But the coronavirus outbreak is changing all of this. Psalm 90 verse 12 is a prayer that God would teach us to number our days aright so that we gain a heart of wisdom. There is always a danger that we human beings will deny death and not number our days aright. Of course, intellectually and rationally, we know that we're going to die, but we tend to repress it and act as if we're going to live forever. According to the psalmist, that's not wise. The writer and playwright George Bernard Shaw said that death is the ultimate statistic. 1 out of 1 dies, and we would be wise to prepare for it. Well, the whole purpose of Jesus' coming to this earth, his death and his resurrection, was to defeat death and to prepare us for our own deaths by opening up the way to everlasting life. We Christians of all people should be able to face death and to speak hope to our death-denying world. God bless you.